What is mental health to you?
Mental health to me is your well-being with yourself and your mind.
Do you have friends or family that struggle with mental health issues?
Yes, I do. We all struggle in some way, but they don't announce it. They don't ask for help either. So most of them is just coping with it.
There's a lie!
One thing that comes to mind is like maybe some kids maybe feel left out in certain like places in the school, so like within their friends or whatever, maybe they feel left out in some ways, and they feel that like that makes them upset and sad. They feel like they can't speak up because they might be too embarrassed to say anything, or they feel like they don't have anybody to go to. And over time, keeping those feelings bottled in, it might progress, and it just makes it worse keeping it inside. So letting it out is just the way to maybe just like cope with it better. Like having somebody like as a go-to to speak about your problems or whatever. It would benefit them a lot. Over time, people might start to notice like certain kids that feel a little bit like depressed, or like they notice their mood changes over time. So if they don't feel like, let's say somebody notices a kid who's like upset in some way, they probably won't like approach them because they wouldn't know how, because they've probably never dealt with anything like that before. So they just like keep to themselves and wonder, instead of like speaking up like, oh, I think this kid is upset, like maybe we should talk to him. Instead they keep it to themselves, and over time it just progresses, and it might affect everybody because like that certain energy or that vibe would just like everybody would probably start to feel it, so they wouldn't know how to act around this person when they're around, and it would just have a certain impact on everybody.
My own mental health. So my mental health is actually good, and it affects the people around me. Like, let's say my mental health was bad, and I was depressed, it would affect the people around me, and I don't want that to affect the people around me.
In my opinion, mental health is like something that affects your emotions or moods every single day. Like for me, for example, like my mental health is all over the place. Like I suffer from depression, anxiety during classes, so I feel like it's something that affects your everyday life, and it's something you can't control.
Hi, my name is Maria Tamares. I graduated from Inwood Academy in the year 2019. Right now, I'm in John Jay of Criminal Justice. My major for now is criminology. I am also working at the middle school for the after-school program PSW. I myself struggled with mental issues when I was in high school too. I did feel like my problems weren't as big to be called mental health issues. At least that's what my parents made me feel like. But when you actually reach out to people that actually listen to you, you realize that your problems are not less than other people's problems. They're as big as anyone else's. And things do get better. I feel like during high school you do go through a lot of things that get better after you move on past high school, like when you go to college. For example, for me, I do still struggle with mental health stuff, but it's not as bad as high school. And even if I do struggle with health issues, mental health issues, I do know who to go to when I'm going through this kind of stuff, and it won't get as bad as it was in high school. And I think the biggest thing about what I'm saying is to never feel like your problems are not important or that are not as relevant as some other person's problem, because they do matter and you do matter. My advice to you in Inwood Academy would be to, one, never feel like you're bothering people with your problems. I think my friend's issue was that she felt like she was talking too much a lot of the times, like she was bothering me for stuff. So most days she would come in and not talk to me, and I knew something was wrong, but she felt like she was being annoying. And I think you shouldn't feel annoyed, like you're being annoying, because you're going through something and you need the help, and there's a lot of people, especially in the school, that could offer that help to you. My second thing would be definitely have that group of friends that you know will be there no matter what. My group of friends, we were always there for her. She was the type of person that she would go home every day after school, and we did our best to try to make her to stay and come with us to eat or hang out, because I know that she would go home and start overthinking or just break down by herself, and I didn't want that for her. So definitely have that person that you could go to just hang out after school or something. Another thing would be definitely find that adult in the school. I had my person. I encouraged her to have her person, and she did find that adult in the school. And there's plenty of people that here that are willing to listen to you and help you out with anything that you're going through. And I would say the last thing would be to, even though it might be hard, don't go be alone at your house, or just don't be by yourself, because that makes things worse. I feel like being surrounded by people, especially people that love you and that you love and that make you laugh, and it's a lot of fun when you're around them, you have to be around those people. In Wood Academy, trust me, it does get better.